So, good morning guys. This is going to be my penultimate day in Thailand and something extra special. I'm down in Bang Hwa, short walk from the MRT station. I'm down on the river. I'm heading down to Bang Hwa Pier, where I am meeting the Roman cook again, Gary Butler, and he is going to show me this local area for food and to show me what us Farangs coming to Thailand are missing out on if we don't venture off the beaten path, away from the shopping malls and air-conditioned places. We're going to get some apparently blinding food, and when Gary says that the food is belting, trust me, 99.9% times out of 100, he is not wrong, and he's probably still not selling it enough, because the food that he has shown us so far over this trip has been phenomenally good. So I am uber excited for this. This is possibly going to be my favorite food experience that I will have had in Thailand this trip. So let's get into it. I'm also wearing his merch today, a little promotion for him. So there you go, let's get into it. So as you come down onto the river at Bang Hwa by the pier, there's some really cool graffiti that runs all down the sides of the roads. So I'm guessing the directions that I were given were slightly off. I am currently walking now from the BTS kind of skywalk, which usually interlinks with any MRT. And for whatever reason, it sent me on a very long roundabout walk up the other side of the river, down this side of the river. So if you are coming to Bang Hwa Pier, just pay attention to the directions that you're going, because ultimately I've just gone probably a 20-minute walk completely around the arse end of nowhere. Not the arse end of nowhere, but like I've taken a big loop just to get here. So ultimately I don't feel that it was a necessary walk. But it is nice and cool this morning on the river. So there is the maestro coming up the stairs. Let's run over and say good morning. Not sure if he wants me down or if we're coming up. I'm assuming he's probably coming down, but I'll meet him at the top just to save my legs on anything else. Here's the man of the hour. That smells delicious already, man.
So here he's going to make it's pork stock. Over here, it goes that marinated pork. In those, it's just put in the juice from the canal, stir-fry juice from the canal. We're going to go in with some sugar. So, in the canal, it's already been stir-fried with the garlic and the yellow bean paste. We'll pour that back into this lovely mix. It's then going to take a big dollop of this tapioca flour, brew, Lovely. Gooey, gummy. We've got some plates. And eventually all this moisture is going to evaporate. And that little bit of moisture is keeping that egg nice and juicy. It goes like that. Already fried. Rice noodle. And let's put up. You ready for this, mate?
Ah, born ready. Born ready.
Alright guys, so as you might have noticed already, I have been, for some of you more old school viewers, I have been to this shop before. This was the first place I ate after Finley was born, so that was 4.5 years ago when I had about 2.5 subscribers. So I thought I'd bring you back here today with James, the chef who travels, chef from the UK, so I couldn't have just brought him to any old street food joint. I had to take you to the best. So for me, this has got to be top 5 Ratna and Pad See Ew that I've had anywhere in Bangkok.
High praise.
High praise. I think I put a bit too much pressure on myself, but I brought you to this one just because I knew they'd let us really get behind and see exactly how they're cooking, and I know that's what you wanted to do, get in there, get a few tips.
It's been amazing to watch. The speed at which they can cook on those woks is incredible. It's ridiculous.
We've got some serious flames going on back here, guys. There's two guys on sort of like a tag team, one after the other. So one cooks for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, the next one takes over, and they keep going like that. But what I'd like you to do first, James, if you don't mind, is try these virgin, if you will, and nothing on it, and then I'll pimp them to my taste. I know you've watched a few of my videos. It's got the no chili, no love t-shirt on.
Tell you what, it's comfy in this weather as well. Definitely a good t-shirt for out here.
Great quality, fast shipping. You only have to wait 3.5 years, and links are in the description. So I'm pretty sure after watching my videos, you're going to be able to guess what I'm going to put on these. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure there's not going to be any sugar. Or
no sugar. Might be a bit of chili vinegar.
Fine by me.
All right, let's see what you think.
Yeah.
Who's first?
Definitely a. It's definitely a texture you wouldn't necessarily get in the UK, unless maybe cold Sunday gravy is probably the best way of describing it, or like a lor mee in Singapore. So we were sticking, you said, with tapioca starch.
Tapioca starch. It can be corn flour, it can be rice flour.
That is really nice though. It is gloopy, it is very sticky in the mouth, but it's very clean, meaty flavour. A little sweetness from that sugar that you put in there as well. With those noodles that have already been in the wok, I believe, as well, getting a bit of that wok hay, you get a smokiness from those noodles. Like, I'm pretty sure that is going to add to this dish, but definitely needs a little Gary pimp. Really good one.
Alright, try that Pad See Ew, mate.
Okay.
So is this a dish you're familiar with?
I've seen it, but I've not actually had it.
So this is a dish I'll eat anywhere, but if you want a really good version, always go to somewhere that specialises in ratna.
Yeah, you can see the colour that they get on those noodles. Right, really good. Straight off, you can taste that wok from those noodles. It's a little eggy. That pork is ridiculously tender from that marinade they've got going on the side. A little bit of greens to make you feel good. And again, just a little sweetness. I think it's crazy how many dishes have a sweetness as a base. That people think Thai is all spicy, but there's so many levels of different ingredients and flavors that they have. That these are both relatively sweet, but definitely need to spice it up. See, I really like that texture. Because when I went to Singapore first time, I had more meat, and everyone was going, oh, it's really snotty, it's a real textural thing. And when I actually had it, I was like, you know what, it has like, they do it with like loads of raw minced garlic on top.
Yeah.
Sambal sauce, smoked mackerel.
Alright, so let's have a look at our usual suspects. We've got the nampa fish sauce, we've got bon chili flakes, we've got your normal nam som with pik lua, yellow chili. But in here we've got the one that you'd kind of see with the khao more, minus the garlic. We are going to go and get that in a second, so I'll show you. But this is a very sour pounded red chili number you don't usually see with ragna. So we're going to put a bit of that on. I like mine nice and sour. I'm going to go chili vinegar. We're going to go chili flakes. How spicy can you go, mate?
I don't mind.
You're going spicy.
I can go as far till I can.
Yes. Right. Oh, no, we don't need that. Do you know what? I'm going to put a little bit of. I'm going to go with a little bit of fish sauce just on the. Hatsu, just to cut that sweetness a touch, because I like mine very, very salty. Hit it with a bit of white pepper as well, and then we'll see what you think of that, mate.
I didn't want to say you just chucked that in the powder, chili powder one in there.
Did I?
I was like, oh, I'm not going to say anything while he's filming.
No, please don't tell me I didn't record it here.
I'm sure you did, didn't you?
What is going on with this camera? It's done us the third time it's done it since we started. Oh no, I did. I put a video out it was from that day.
I saw that. It wasn't that bad.
It was alright.
See, for me, I enjoyed it, but then it was like,
Yeah, I think I only get away.
you hold yourself to probably a different standard. I'm very much, I've always, especially in London, because it's so hectic and everyone's so bloody busy, that I just kind of, I do one take down the market, and then I go to my stall, I sit down, I eat, and then that's it. I move on, because nobody wants people hanging around. They're all just like so argy-bargy.
Alright, mate. I can't have you on too much more because you're going to put me out of a job, mate. What's a technical breakdown and analysis? You don't need me to tell you anymore, but we're going to, now we've pimped this up a little bit, we're going to have a go. So I want to go with the pad see ew first. Now this shop in particular, although I do think personally this is the best pad see ew right now, one of them anyway, top three, I'm going to say top three that I've had from my personal taste here. It also just invokes a lot of memories for me because, as I said, my son was born next door, come out in an absolute pickle. I didn't know what day it was. I've been up for about 3 days, come in here, and it just brings back them kind of memories. But if the noodles weren't good, obviously I wouldn't come back. You're right, it's got that background sweetness. Now it's a little bit sour, quite salty because I've put quite a bit of fish sauce on, but I like to balance that sweetness with something salty or spicy or sour, or preferably all three. You're right, the egg in here, it is a very eggy dish, but the egg in here, usually I would like my egg to be charred, right? So you'd have the big fat lumps like
almost like scrambled.
Scrambled, but here, where he's put it in with that little bit of nam, that little bit of liquid at the start, it's just really soft and scrambled, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of almost used the egg as thickening, similar to the yellow curry and crab we had the other day.
Yeah.
It's just smooth kind of texture.
Alright, you go in with that, I'm going to go in with this.
Steal fork from your side.
Oh, of course, sorry mate.
There you go.
So, right, I'm going to hit you with this radna, and then you're going to give me the rest of your technical breakdown. I don't even want to finish. I don't even want to follow that. So this is what happens when you get a real cook on the show.
Just talking to start listening.
This is such an odd dish for foreigners to get their head around, just because of the consistency, but I didn't eat this for 3 years when I got there. I didn't touch it. I had a really bad one, never went back to it. Now it's my Sunday dinner every week. It's just homey, comforting, rich. I'm a sucker for yellow bean paste. That fermented bean, you know, like dol banjiang or Korean bean paste, that kind of fermented saltiness. Absolutely love it. The pork, as you said, is fucking ridiculous.
It melts almost.
It's been marinated for so long, it's like grinding itself.
It's almost as soft as the actual stock itself.
Yeah.
It's thickened up so much.
This is, again, for me, all about textures. But enough of my waffling, mate. What do you think of the dish now we pimped it a little bit?
It is. I don't want to say that it's so much better because that makes it sound like it's not good to start with. But because, like you say, you've got that base flavour of sweet.
Yeah.
That the joy of the Thai food is only as spicy, a lot of it, as you make it.
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm a big fan of sweet, salty, spicy. But just one flavour, one monotone flavour is not nice.
Yeah.
But the addition of like like you say, the fish sauce, that sort of sour vinegar chili, and then that dry chili heat, which is almost a little smoky as well. It makes it all really good. But like I say, that's not to do an injustice to the original dish. It is exceptionally good.
So this brings me on to another point, right? So a lot of people always ask me, like, how do all these places stay in business? Sometimes you'll see, like the dish we're going for next, khao khao mo, pork leg stew. You might see that, there might be 6 of them on this street. People are like, well, how do they stay in business? But going back to what you just said a second ago about base flavours, yeah? So one shot might be, you get your base flavour, before you've even touched it, that might be a little bit too sweet for you.
Yeah.
It might be perfect for me, it might be a bit too salty for you, but yet the one down the road is more salty, less sweet. The one down the road from that is more sweet, less salty, or more sour. So you find the one that you like with the base flavour that you like, and then you can tweak it to
That's it.
how you like it.
Find the one that you have to adjust the least amount.
Yeah. To your flavour.
If you can't find that, you can still adjust pretty much any other one to your flavour, just with a bit more stuff going in.
See, Thai chefs aren't as precious as Western chefs. You know, like if you go into like a Michelin restaurant and ask for some salt, you get
What? You want ketchup on that?
Exactly. All right, guys. We're going to finish our 2 dishes here, then we're going to take you to the next stop, and this next stop is an absolute killer, guys. Don't go anywhere.
เอาข้าวหมูสวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
เพื่อนผมไทยเสือนะครับ
ใช่
ครับ
Blackburn Rover
Blackburn Rover do you know Ellis?
Yeah.
Ellis gave him that the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
อเล็ด
ครับ
พ่อ
Legend
เขาเป็นเพื่อนกัน
สวัสดีครับ So this is my man พี่พลชัยนะครับ makes the best ข้าวขาหมู in Bangkok อร่อยที่สุดในกรุงเทพอร่อยที่สุดในโลก
ซิกเก้า
Right, this guys is what we've come for.
So we're at our second stop and we're having the braised pork leg, and the welcome we have just had is incredible. I cannot wait to have this. And the owner, you just saw with the Blackburn Rovers top there is a channel. The guy's called Ellis, who gifted him that shirt. So we're gonna go in, have this as our second stop. The first stop is literally just here. So you can barely walk 100 yards without having something incredible. So we're gonna get in, have another plate of food. This is outstanding.
the energy levels
yeah.
are like on another level.
It's just stepped up one more.
Come on, Carl. He's brought over the duck soup as well.
Wow. Oh my god.
He's brought the duck soup over as well. We're gonna need a close up on this. But yeah, and the funny thing is, yeah, you know, so my mate Ellis, yeah. So everyone thinks that Ellis found this through me,
Yeah.
but he didn't. He found it independently.
Okay.
And he started asking me, "Oh, have you been to this place with this really friendly guy?" And I was like, "Yeah, obviously." And then we know each other independently. So like when I walked up then and said, "Oh, Blackburn Rovers," he then showed me Ellis's video because he was like, "Oh, this is the guy." I'm like, "Yeah, no, he's my mate." But yeah, on top of that, again, I would say this would easily make my top 5 versions of this dish, khao khao mo.
Yeah.
It is just ridiculously good in here and just ridiculously good quality. But you can also see it's got unbelievable Chinese curry. So this is geng. Geng means like, so this is gang. Gang means curry.
Yeah.
We've converted it to, we've like translated it to curry. This is geng kali, so curry.
Okay.
Kali means it's like yellow with curry powder, like Japanese style, I guess. But
Yeah.
this is Chinese style. With fuck, so it's winter melon.
Oh, okay.
Pork, winter melon, heavy on the fish sauce, peanuts, so it's almost like satay-like.
Yeah,
And
you can
I only
smell
know 3 places that sell this. Here, Jet Boy, which is the famous like Netflix street food one where they're all sitting on the street.
Yeah.
And there's one more place I know, but this is probably like Taoist Chinese places will have this. So we've just got to dig in, I think.
Yeah, I'm blown away by this, honestly. Like, now I love this dish. I've had it a few times, especially near where we were getting the pandan tapioca and coconut milk the other day. The place
yep.
next to it.
Yep.
That was my first experience of this.
I think that's called 3 a.m. pork knuckle.
Quite
I
popular.
think that's or 6 a.m. So this one's quite heavy on the like the halal, the 5 spice, the cinnamon, star anise,
you get that straight away.
cloves. But for me in here, it's more like the quality of the meat because his son is actually like a top chef,
Okay.
Western chef. Like he won loads of awards.
Yeah,
The one we just spoke to. In New Zealand, he won loads of awards and stuff. They come back and they kind of teamed up. His son's now got another restaurant up on Hanok, like a Western restaurant, which I linked to. But the quality control.
What I like about that is, when you get it in a lot of places, it's cooked for so long that it's almost mushy,
Yeah,
but there's still a bit of body to
still
that
a
meat.
bit of body to it. It falls apart, but there's still a bit of texture. Right. The skin as well. You saw when she pulled that lump of like ham hock out of the broth. Just the shine on it. You can see it here, but they've deep fried it first. So they'll fry it off first. Not deep fried it, but they fried it off first.
Yeah.
Then they stew it.
Is that common?
Yeah, that's
fry
com-
the skin before.
Yeah,
you
it's
cook?
common, but you don't usually get it this.
It certainly feels like there's less fat
Yeah.
between the skin and the meat.
So they're rendering some of it off.
Yeah.
Ah. Well, I think we need to pour a bit of the sauce
Yeah.
over that.
You do you and I'll follow.
Gary. Liverpool. Blackburn.
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
You see, I've made it onto the wall.
Who's your sport?
I don't watch football.
Swansea.
Swansea.
Say, it Wrexham if anyone, because it's as close as my home. I'm going to spoon it anyway.
Alright, go and look a little bit of that. I'll just get a duck close.
I'm happy I've made it onto their wall now. I feel like I've achieved something in my life.
Wait. You
Friend.
เพื่อนครับ
เพื่อนรัก
ครับ
เดี๋ยวกินอะไรก่อนกันเดี๋ยวเอามาให้
ครับ
กินขนมครกไหม
ข come to get some kind of bloke.
Oh,
Alright, this one, I'm really excited for you to try here, because this is not, like, as I said, something you're going to find everywhere.
yeah.
So, it's thick, creamy, rich, coconut cream based curry. You've got that winter melon, thin slices of pork, quite heavy on the fish sauce.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, those peanuts, so try that.
You can certainly smell the peanut.
It's almost satay-like, but without the sweetness.
Yeah.
Like Thai satay is quite sweet, right? Maybe a bit sickly actually. But this, as I said, it's quite salty because it's prominent with fish sauce.
That's really nice. I've not had a winter melon in a curry here before. I've seen it on multiple channels. But yeah, you can certainly taste that it's got that fish sauce base in it. But it's really creamy.
Really creamy, isn't it? And the winter melon's almost like sweet-like, isn't it?
I originally thought it was like a radish or a potato when I saw it.
Yeah, 100%. I usually do like when I take people out, I do like a little competition, like, oh yeah, can you guess what it is, you win a prize?
Yeah.
Because no one ever gets it. And then one woman went straight away, I said, winter melon. And I was like, oh. We've got dessert as well. What about that here? Wow.
Only needed to do one star.
I know, right? So much made this the video.
Wow.
What were we just talking about? Curry.
The prizes.
Oh yeah, so I said to this woman, and she's like, I win a minute, I just did a cooking class earlier. And I was like, and what do I win? I was like, I've never actually, no one's ever guessed it. I got her a beer, I think.
That's not a bad prize.
It's not a bad price.
Then you have pure sausage on the end. Is it like a Chinese or?
So, Chinese chorizo,
Yeah.
Chinese salami. So I would be guessing this would probably be the original pure sausage.
It's really sweet, yeah. A lot of sweetness in it.
Yeah. So it's another way to annoy Italians.
The original chorizo.
Yeah, after sending them pasta comes from China.
Nice. I'm pretty sure.
And they stole prosciutto from Wales.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? The Romans did.
They stole it well before I was born.
And the first pizza was Welsh rarebit. No, they did still prosciutto.
That's the thing, like, we don't really make it anymore.
No.
Or anything of that sort. Which is crazy.
Because they killed all the...
People who knew how to make it.
Mate, I don't know about you. But I'm actually getting quite full here, mate.
I am feeling it.
We've got to persevere because otherwise we're going to look rude. So let's try this duck. Because you've got this fresh in your mind, right? Because you went to my duck recommendation, didn't you?
Yeah.
And Dan took us to a duck one the other day, didn't he?
We've got it, yeah. I've eaten it almost every day, I think.
Then we've got this. We've got this is just, again, galao, so this is no noodles, no rice. You have this on top of rice.
Yeah. I think I prefer this today, especially because everything is so filling. I think that beats the one the other day.
It does, doesn't it?
I don't think it beats the one from your first video.
One from the video I did the other day, if you haven't seen it, honestly, I thought I'd overhyped it, but it honestly was the best one I've had.
It was really, like, unbelievably good. I think the bit that I loved there was just like crackling. They had fried duck skin in there, they had some of the liver in there, they had, it was...
That's everything, didn't it? And then, oh yeah, so flavourful. Another fellow ginger, as you know I've got an affinity for gingers because my son's ginger. Joe Parilla, do you know Joe Parilla?
I do, I've watched him many a time. I've watched all the food tours he's done with you guys as well.
2020, look how big I look. Wow. 2020. Do you know what? I was on the way. I remember this day. I was on the way to Saigon in Vietnam. So I was on the way to the train station, right, to get the train to Dong Muang. And he pulled me in and I ate all this.
Before you flew. Wow, excess baggage. Is that Chinese celery?
Yeah, Chinese celery. Bean sprouts, fried garlic.
อันนี้เขาหน้าตาเหมือนพี่น้องเลย
Oh, ไม่ใช่เพื่อน
เซมก็ไม่ได้อยู่
Same family. If we all look the same, don't we?
Yeah, we do, yeah. Fair skin, bit of beard. It's my dad. Not gonna get rid of that.
Parang Banggan.
Honestly, 5 minutes of talking with him, I feel like I could get up and run a marathon.
Buzzing, isn't it, for the day?
Like, I'm not going to be able to have my afternoon nap like an old man, like normal, because he'll be in my head that he's running around like 20 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Got another camera crew up there now, with lights.
Ah.
It's like a Hollywood movie. I do like that broth.
Broth's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got a bit of sweetness to it. But nothing's overly sweet, is it? It's not like sickly sweet.
No. That's the thing, they do obviously use a lot of flour, a lot of sugar when they're cooking. When you add meats and like even like the blood cakes, there's just a natural sweetness from the fats and the collagens. So you have a little bit of that and then you have a little bit of the sugar in there and it becomes almost sweet.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's certainly not too sweet. I also like, and the one thing that this has that the other ones didn't, and even the first one, that had that crispy skin, this has more fat. You can feel that fat in your lips. It's kind of like when you get like a really good beef noodle soup and you can feel all that collagen. You can get that sort of fat feeling on your lips, which I really like. So I like that little bit higher fat content in the soup.
100%.
I can just lie down on the back.
Yeah, I reckon we've got it. Alright, I'm struggling here bad, but it would be rude not to try the Khao Lao.
Which is this one.
Yeah, this one. So, do you know what? I'll try the soup first. I just want to see what the soup tastes like. Your porky goodness. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So I think there obviously is some offal floating about.
Yeah, you can taste that.
There's a real offally flavour here. And the celery's quite pronounced as well. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very, like, I think Chinese celery, if anybody doesn't like celery back home, Chinese celery is different.
Yeah. That'll convert you. I mean, this, you could give this to anyone. Like, somebody a bit unsure about Thai food, like, you know what I mean? Your gran come over, you could feed her this, couldn't you? Just tell her
100%.
Just tell her it's an old pork stew.
Yeah. I think, again, like, that's the thing, everyone thinks Thai food is spicy, super kind of out there with the ingredients. But for the most part, it's not. For the most part, it's comforting.
Yeah. 100%. I'm gonna have one of those chilies just to wash it down. Right. I'm gonna try and eat the meat out of this because otherwise it's gonna get funny.
Yeah, I'm starting to like,
Right.
as I get full, my nose starts to get blocked.
Yeah.
And you end up kind of doing that.
Alright guys, we're gonna try and make our way through this and we'll catch you outside.
Oh my God. Gary, how do you feel that I've made the wall before you?
I can't believe this. He's got
Look at it.
before me. Look at that.
Only been here 20 minutes.
Look at that. Look, he's been in Thailand for 4 minutes. He's already got a sticker up his food. Oh, here. Oh, down. Gary.
Right guys, that is the food tour with Gary. All I can say is, if you want to go somewhere that isn't where the tourists would normally go, hit this guy up, watch his content, because I watched it for years. And even when I'm here by myself, I've tentatively stepped out beyond the confines of air conditioning and slightly more touristy places. But that was outstanding.
Were you worried that I was a fraud before?
I was, yeah, you know. Thought he was getting paid actors, you know, in special places.
There's a few on there, I won't know.
But honestly, that was incredible.
Cheers, mate.
And yeah, I mean, tell them a bit more about your channel, because obviously I watch you all the time, but...
Yeah, so I've been in Bangkok, this will be my 9th year in Bangkok. I've been coming to Thailand for 15 years, obsessed with food, obsessed with Thai food, and all I try and do on my channel is to show you guys some places that are off the beaten track. Tourists don't really go there. Some Thai people don't even know these are here, so just want to sort of showcase and highlight local cuisine. Come on, Gab! Local cuisine, just away from the tourist areas, basically. So yeah.
Been unbelievable. I'll put all the details in the description below for his channel. He's been a lifesaver for me traveling around Thailand, I have to say, and yeah, thanks a million.
Cheers, mate.
Genuine, genuine pleasure.
It's been good eating with someone who knows about food more than I do.
Oh, well, when it comes to Thai food, I think that's up for debate, but appreciate it, man.
Cheers, mate.
Take it easy.